Cool. So in this video, I want to talk to you exactly about how I make positive passive income through property without even owning it. It's a strategy called rent to rent. I'm going to walk this way. And what rent to rent is you take on a property and you rent it as your company, and then you turn around and you do some element of arbitrage, whether that is Airbnb or that is going to be co-living, mini hotels, or even a dual key setup. And what this allows you to do is it actually allows you to have financial freedom super fast. You can control millions of dollars worth of assets without even owning them. And you can quit your job if that's what you want to do. If you don't, then you can completely have that income coming in as a bit of a side hustle. It's probably it's the most successful side hustle that you could actually have. In Australia especially, property grows. People love property. People do everything with property. But the thing is that it costs you heaps of money and debt, and you can't really get into it super easily unless you're making heaps of money and you got no kids. But if you're like the everyday Australian, especially a young family, you do have kids, and you have this thing called DTI. That means that you can't get into property because your income doesn't allow you to take on more debt. Why would you anyway? So rent to rent allows you to control an asset, have a business that's self-managed for you, that's easy to set up, it's just systems and operations. And once that's done, you profit and you scale. It's very easy. It's a property strategy that's absolutely been proven all across the world, including Australia. I do it. It took me 3 weeks to set up my very first property. Super simple. It does take time in terms of learning and commitment, but if you've got the right strategy and the right mentor and someone to hold your hand and de-risk everything and walk you all the way through it, then your chances of failing are very low, and the chances of making heaps of money and moving on and traveling Australia, traveling the world, spending time with your kids, not missing out on birthday parties or late nights is extremely high. So if this is something that you want to do, I'm more than happy to show you. This is exactly how I did it. It took me 3 weeks for the first deal. Never done the strategy before, but for the first one, it took me 3 weeks. And the thing is, you don't need to scale hugely. If you want to, cool. If you want to make 300-400 grand a year, that's awesome. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. What you need to do is just get started. Because if you're like most people, you've thought about building a property portfolio, getting financial freedom, early retirement, something like that, but you've never actually done anything. Or you may have even tried to do something and it didn't work. So you feel like, oh, I want it, but I don't want to fail again. That was exactly like me. I've tried heaps of things. I thought I was going to be a Forex trader. It's just like gambling. I've got sweaty every time I flip and put a trade on. So that wasn't me. I tried drop shipping as well, but the only things that I've ever had success in was property. And those were even the negatively geared ones, and it wasn't the best strategy either. Grew on paper, but the only reason why I realized that income was because I sold the property. So then I took the income, I took the money, the capital growth that I did have, I paid the tax, and then I used that money to move into cash flow businesses. You can set up your own business, it's super easy. The rent-to-rent model that I've been talking about this whole time. And you can actually get to where you want to go with property. Property business in Australia makes sense. Rent-to-rent makes sense. Easy. Permission granted by the landlord. Everybody knows what's happening. Everybody's on board. You're making money. It's a win-win-win. Tenant's happy. They've got somewhere safe, cool to live. It's affordable and safe. And landlord's happy because you're the best tenant they've ever had. And so that's exactly how I make positive income through property, by setting up little property businesses. Every house is its own business. You've got the outgoings and ingoings, but your profit's incredible. And you can set them up with the right systems and procedures to be managed for you, like heaps. With the right VAs and the right systems in place, they can be incredibly hands-off, allowing you to spend more time with your family and allowing you to have that financial freedom that you want. So if that sounds like you, and I've touched on resonates, click the link below, let's have a chat. I'll literally build out a strategy for you, and I'll show you exactly how this works. Because why not? Why not? If this is something that you've been after for a long time, why not just book a call? I'll show you exactly how to do it. Like I said, never done a strategy like that, but my first one took 3 weeks, makes 51 grand a year. So that's not even revenue. Revenue is 116K a year. So if you want to make money and you want to do it passively and you want to spend more time with your family, do what I did. I'll show you how to do it.